In this video, I'm going to explain how I made the Line Wizard, my entry for the theme Witchcraft, using the Unity game engine. So the theme was revealed to be Witchcraft, and I immediately thought about a mechanic I wanted to try out. In the Glorious Saga Shrine, you can, as the wizard, make physical objects appear in the world by drawing simple shapes like squares or lines. I drew some doodles in Photoshop to imagine an algorithm to recognize a shape based on a player-drawn line. I already made a wizard game in the past, so... Beep, boop, don't tell anyone. I then added a box glider and a rigid body. We now had our character. The next step was to draw a tile in Sprite, so that our little wizard would stand on something. Boop. Now for the line drawing mechanic. I already coded that for an old game. If you are wondering how, I strongly recommend this tutorial by Brackeys. I'll put the link in the description. After a successful copy-pasta, I got the line drawing working in no time. I made it thicker, and I just played around with it a little bit. But then something happened. I knew there was going to be collisions between the player and the line, and at first I wanted to remove them. But at this exact moment I realized, hey, I can actually control the player movement using those collisions. I never thought of that. So it was decided. I was going to switch to that mechanic as a main gameplay for my game. I added a cinemachine 2D virtual camera and make it follow and look at the player. So this is what we had right now. Everything was working as expected. What? It was time to start prototyping a level design. It would be an infinite runner, and the player would have to go as much to the right as possible. Of course, every good level has a giant lava lake and tons of spikes. I then added some post-processing effects to make the game look, well, absolutely fabulous. I did encounter a problem though. Because of the lens distortion effect, the cursor was no longer synced with the world. Also this. At this point, I have no idea what I'm doing anymore. Let's add a funky background using Unity's particle system. And this is how it turned out. I fixed the cursor position problem with a simple trick. Simply hide the real cursor and display an image at the cursor's world position. Let's add a tiny bit more particles. It was now time to work on the infinite level generation. First I added some floors randomly generated and a tiny animation for the lava and those blocks. I spent an eternity adding a tiny lava wave animation that would look believable. But oh well. And this is how it looked in-game.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer every night.
Next step was to add a score system. As you can see, it's clearly based on the X position. But the level was too easy, so I added something. You have a randomly generated world, and you have to go as far right as possible. But something was still missing. Yeah, this game needs sounds and music. So I had a little fun with recording some sounds for the magic happening. Then I worked on the music with FL Studio. And it crashed. And this is the final music. Thumbnail, build and run, and done. There you guys have it. Well, that's about it for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you for the next video.